In today's video, we will look at how to incorporate friction in Newton's second law of motion through some interesting problems. Problem 1. A 900 kg boat is traveling at 100 kilometers an hour when its engine is shut off. The force of friction between the boat and the water surface is given by this expression, where V is measured in meter per second and the force of friction is measured in units of newtons. So obviously the friction is dependent on the speed of the boat. It has a linear dependence on the speed of the boat. What is the time required for the boat to slow to 50 kilometers an hour? So let's look at the free body diagram. So that is the water surface, and that is a schematic diagram of a boat. Let's look at any horizontal forces that are acting on this boat. Well, there is only one, the friction. And if the motion of the boat is to the right, then there will be an acceleration to the left following the friction. So we are looking at the moment where the engine is shut off, and at that time the speed is 100 kilometers an hour. After some time it gets to another point where the speed reduces to 50 kilometers an hour. The question is, what is the time taken for this process to occur? Of course, Newton's second law states if you take that direction to be the x-axis, m dv dt equals net force. This is the acceleration of the boat. And the net force from the free body diagram above is just Fk, that is the magnitude. And the direction is to the left-hand side, hence the negative sign. And we know the expression for Fk, it is 80 times the speed, the same speed that occurs here. So Newton's second law becomes m dv dt equals minus 80v. The m that appears here is 900 kg, so you can write 900 there. Let's turn this differential equation into an integral equation. So bringing this v to the other side, we get minus 900 over 80, an integral of dv over v, and the right hand side would have an integral in time, like that. Now let's be careful with the time. You can start timing here. So when t equals to 0, the speed was 100 kilometers an hour, and by the time the boat gets to that point, you can take the time to be capital T. The speed there is 50 kilometers an hour. So the time interval is the capital T, which is what we want to calculate. So let's do this integral. The left-hand side, you have minus 90 over 8. Integral of 1 over v with respect to v is natural log of v. Now we have to substitute the limits. Upper limit is 50. The lower limit is 100. And the right-hand side is just capital T. So you see, substituting the limits, you get minus 90 over 8 natural log of 50 over 100. So this comes from natural log of 50 minus natural log of 100. Now you note that in this bracket we have maintained the unit for speed in kilometers an hour. That is because even if you were to change the 50 kilometers an hour to, let's say, meter per second by multiplying it with 1,000 and dividing it by 3,600, you have to do the same thing for the 100. And you see, all the common denominator will just cancel out since you are taking division. So it is sufficient to just express the numbers for the speed in the original units, because after all, what you're dealing with is just fraction. a ratio. So 50 over 100 is 1 over 2. And when you compute, you get an answer of about 7.8 seconds. So that's the answer that you're looking for. Problem 2. In figure below, a box slides down a right-angled inclined trough. That is the object. If the coefficient of kinetic friction between the box and the trough is mu k, find the acceleration of the box if mu k is 0.3 and angle alpha is 30 degrees. What you have here is the cross-sectional view. If you were to look at the system from here, this picture is what you get. Now let's look at the free body diagram of this box. So the first one is the weight that acts vertically downward. Let's call it mg. The component of that weight that is dragging it down is the component that is parallel to that inclined. So that is mg sine alpha. There is also the component of weight that is perpendicular to that incline, like that. So that is mg cosine alpha. Or right there it goes like that. The same mg cosine alpha. So in the cross-sectional diagram, this mg cosine alpha can be represented in this manner. Mg sine alpha is coming towards you, as represented by the dot. And you also have normal forces acting from these surfaces onto the box, indicated by those two red arrows. Now note, they are normal forces, so they act 90 degrees with respect to those surfaces. This entire thing is 90 degrees, as indicated there. So what that means is this is 45 degrees and that is 45 degrees. Now let's write down Newton's second law. This acceleration is due to a net force that we get by combining that component of the weight with friction that occurs along those surfaces. So let's denote those friction as Fk and Fk. So Newton's second law would look something like this. The forward or down the inclined force is mg sine alpha minus 2 times Fk, one Fk here, another Fk there, equals ma, where Fk equals mu k times n. N are those. Now what is n? From this diagram you see by balancing the forces along the vertical direction, you get 2n cosine of 45, which is 1 over square root 2, equals that, mg cosine alpha. So let's first substitute this expression here in there, and you get that line. And from this equation you see you get 2n equals square root 2 mg cosine alpha, which we can substitute in there, and that would give us this expression. The m cancels out, and there you go. You have an expression for the acceleration in terms of all the other given variables, namely alpha, the inclination angle, mu sub k, the coefficient of static friction, and of course g, 9.81. Now let's determine the numerical value if mu sub k is 0.3 and alpha is 30 degrees. So if that's the case, the acceleration becomes g sine 30, which is half, minus mu k is 0.3, given in the problem, square root 2, g, and cosine 30, which is square root 3 over 2. And when you do the calculation, the value of acceleration turns out to be 1.3 meter per second squared. And that solves the problem. Thank you for watching.